Welcome. You are listening to Aftersight. This recording is intended solely for individuals who are blind or have low vision.
Thank you for joining us for Audiophile Magazine, read by Sarah. Today we're going to start off with an interview with narrator Nicole Lewis by Leslie Fine. From her earliest recollections, Nicole Lewis has loved stories. When she was 3 years old and her mother read aloud to her, Lewis embraced classic children's titles like Heidi and Little Women. Her father would record her reading aloud, and even as a small child she loved the process of bringing words to life. I've always been into stories and reading and imagination, Lewis says. After starting as a pre-med major at Yale, Lewis shifted to studying theatre and psychology. A new world opened up for me, she says. Lewis earned a master's degree in acting at the American Conservatory Theatre in San Francisco. After that, it was the professional acting life from there. I was obsessed with theatre. I was a sponge, soaking it all up. She returned to New York City to pursue her dream, acting on television and on the stage, performing in Broadway shows like Lennon, Rent, and Hair, which won a 2009 Tony Award for Best Revival. Storytelling is where my heart is, Lewis says. Watching people communicate is very exciting for me to be a part of. Audiobooks are a natural fit, especially stories about an underdog, stories that examine questions of morality with detailed, unconventional characters and complex relationships, and I always love a good plot twist. Over the years, Lewis has worked tirelessly at her craft. When it comes to performing, she says, it's an athletic discipline, and narrating an audiobook is like a one-person show. Performers must know how to manage their breath, and each character requires a certain nuance and distinct physicality, as well as a voice. Eager to give back to the profession she loves so much, Lewis has been teaching acting for the camera, voiceover, and scene study at Emerson College in Boston since 2020. At around the same time, Lewis built her own studio and still completes regular promotional work for the Food Network, in addition to narrating audiobooks. Audiobook work feels like such a miracle to me because I just love to read. I love to read aloud and I love acting, so it's a great marriage of all these things I really love to do. The ever-growing popularity of audiobooks makes the role of narrator even more important to Lewis. She loves the idea of getting books out to a wide audience and bringing them to life. That's what our job is, really, to bring three-dimensional life to these characters. It's completely creative, and that's what's exciting to me. And now for a review of One of Our Kind by Nicola Yoon, read by Nicole Lewis. In an engrossing, well-characterized performance, Nicole Lewis captures the anguish and suspense in acclaimed young adult author Nicola Yoon's first adult novel. Moving to the fictional gated community of Liberty, California, hailed as a black utopia, Jasmine Williams assumes she and her husband King will find like-minded friends and neighbors with whom to carry on the fight for racial equality and justice. But something is strangely off in Liberty. No one is interested in Black Lives Matter, and those, including King, who spend time at the Wellness Center, are changing in disturbing ways. Lewis is masterful at subtly distinguishing the voices of Liberty, using cadence, intonation, and vocal amplification to heighten the tension of this absorbing psychological suspense novel. It's available from Random House Audio, 8.5 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-9161 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-9178 for $95. And now for some more fiction title reviews. The Guncle Abroad, The Guncle, Book 2, by Stephen Rowley, read by Stephen Rowley. Stephen Rowley gives an exuberant performance of this heartwarming story about treasuring family. When his brother announces his upcoming remarriage, Patrick O'Hara, a gay sitcom star, must resume his most challenging role as gay uncle, Guncle, Patrick, a.k.a. Gup, to his teenage nephew Grant and niece Maisie. Rowley's portrayals of the teens' complex emotions regarding their mother's death and their father's impending remarriage are infused with love and humor. Patrick's interactions with relatives at the Italian wedding further showcase Rowley's versatile voices, flamboyance, and cabaret-level vibrancy. Rowley's diverting and tender tromp through Italy and life's transitions truly shows that la vita è dolce, life is sweet. It's available from Penguin Audio, 9.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-6867 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-6874 for $95. Soldier Sailor by Claire Kilroy, read by Simone Collins. This novel, shortlisted for the Woman's Book Prize, details a young mother's fatigue, frustrations, and joys at raising a trying infant who becomes a willful toddler. Simone Collins's narration benefits from her intimate and persuasive tone, as well as the lovely lilt of her Irish intonation. Her performance resonates as her tone and pace reveal the struggling mom's love. Much of the narration is addressed to Sailor, the wailing baby, then obstinate toddler, whom Mom, the soldier of the title, is raising, mostly on her own. Her husband represents the patriarchy. He goes to work early, stays late, helps little, and the couple's bickering is the soundtrack of the plot. This brief, powerful depiction of motherhood rings true and creates an immersive listening experience. It's available from Simon & Schuster Audio, 6.25 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-179-175-317 for $19.99. All Fours by Miranda July, read by Miranda July. Miranda July perfectly delivers the over-anxious voice of a quirky, unnamed protagonist who realizes too late that she's having a midlife crisis. After planning a cross-country road trip from LA to New York City, she impulsively takes an exit a half hour from her house and stays in a tiny motel. This one decision sends her on a perimenopausal coming-of-age adventure full of awkward sex and a host of complex feelings. July's intimate narration teases out the complex emotions the protagonist is just now realizing she's always kept under wraps, drawing listeners into this relatable story of longing. It's available from Penguin Audio, 10.25 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-8977 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-8984 for $95. Housemates by Emma Copley Eisenberg, read by Maren Ireland. Golden Voice narrator Maren Ireland performs this debut novel, which features two queer artists. Housemates Bernie and Leah set off on a road trip to capture the heart of Pennsylvania in photographs and words. While they travel across the state, their relationship grows deeper as they try to make sense of the world around them through their art. Ireland's performance makes Bernie and Leah come alive in the way that the best narrators do. She excels at expressing their depth of emotion as they work through their ideas together. As a result, Ireland's style of narration lets the prose shine and draws listeners into this deeply thoughtful story. It's available from Random House Audio, 9.25 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-3908143 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-3908150 for $76. A Northern Light in Provence by Elizabeth Birkeland, read by Gilly Messer. Gilly Messer's luminous narration enlivens this unusual love story. Greenland resident Ilse Erland is noted for her work translating French poetry into Greenlandic, although she's never been to France. Asked to translate the works of famed 70ish French poet Geoffrey Paul Labbé, Ilse decides to go to Provence to work directly with him. Messer channels Ilse's delight with the beauty of the countryside, her joy at working with the great poet. It's their mutual love of language that binds them, her dismay at the onset of Poe's illness, and her swiftly changing feelings for Poe's son Frey. Through Ilse's inevitable comparisons between her life in Greenland and the magic of Provence, Messer's indelible performance makes this something more than a predictable romance. It's available from Random House Audio, 11.5 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-2869 for $22.50. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-382-2876 for $95. And now let's move on to some romance titles. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwang, read by Catherine Chin and Andrew Iden. Catherine Chin and Andrew Iden showcase the main characters in this romance novel. A tragic accident linked Helen and Grant in high school, and even though they've gone their separate ways, that pain is still fresh for both of them. Now the two are thrust together again as they work on the TV adaptation of Helen's young adult book series. Gradually, Helen shifts her long-held perspective on Grant. Iden captures the smug voice Grant takes on to disguise his frequent self-doubt, which contrasts with his terrified tone during his panic attacks. In other moments, listeners can feel Grant's desire as Iden emphasizes the word hot. Chin uses a small, hesitant voice for Helen as she finds her footing in the writer's room. It's available from Harper Audio, 11 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-006-3310704 for $23.99. The Letters We Keep by Nisha Sharma, read by Sunila Nankani and Vikas Adam. Narrators Sunila Nankani and Vikas Adam delight listeners with this heartfelt romance with a dash of mystery. Jessie Ahuja, a hard-working freshman engineering student, is intrigued by the history of Davidson Tower and its ruinous fire. Ravi Kumar is an upperclassman who comes from a wealthy tech family. When the two find themselves locked in the ghostly library, they stumble across old letters that tell of a mysterious love story. Both Nankani and Adam fully embody their characters in expressive performances. Nankani showcases Jessie's determination and passion, while Adam captures Ravi's vulnerability and desire. Listeners will be mesmerized by Jessie and Ravi's developing relationship as they solve the mystery of the long-lost love letters. It's available from Brilliance Audio, 7.25 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-150-125-3720 for $42.99. Mind Games by Nora Roberts, read by January Lavoie. January Lavoie provides a multi-layered portrayal of Leah Fox and the tragedy that shapes her life. Leah and her younger brother are on vacation at their grandmother's home in Appalachia when her parents are murdered. Gifted with second sight, Thea witnesses the crime and is able to put the killer in jail. Lavoie reveals the devastation felt by the family. Years pass and Leah meets Tyler Brennan and his young son. Lavoie is equally adept at voicing characters ranging in age from Tyler's 4-year-old son to an elderly neighbor. Lavoie masterfully transitions Leah from a 12-year-old to an adult of 27. Lavoie's dynamic performance will leave the listener wanting more. It's available from Macmillan Audio at a length of 14.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-125-034-5301 for $32.99, also available as CD. The Phoenix Bride by Natasha Siegel, read by Fiona Hardingham and Matt Haynes. Fiona Hardingham and Matt Haynes deliver a fantastic performance as two historical characters who come together despite their very different hardships. In 1666, the plague has left Cecilia a widow shortly after her marriage. David, a foreign Jewish doctor, is hoping to treat Cecilia's mental health. Initially, the protagonists have such different backgrounds that they might as well be from separate novels, but when they meet, the narrators create a stunning duet. While David is seeking creditability as a Jewish doctor in London and Cecilia is in constant mourning, they both share the same stubbornness and cynicism through observations that are delivered with quirkiness and humour. The budding romance is also depicted at a believable pace. An unconventional performance is infused with suspense and banter. It's available from Random House Audio, 10.25 hours unabridged. Trade Edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-366-8771 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-366-8788 for $76. The Secrets We Keep by Rick R. Reed, read by David Allen Vargo. David Allen Vargo narrates an age-gap romance that blooms from deep sorrow. Jasper has been floating through life with his best friend Lacey by his side. When a tragedy brings Lacey's Uncle Rob to Chicago from California, Jasper finds a connection with the handsome older man, which deepens over the months they are apart. But old secrets threaten to destroy their relationship just as it starts. Vargo, who has performed several previous audiobooks by the author, gives the characters voice befitting their ages and personalities, showcasing his vocal versatility. During times of introspection or recollection, the production uses a faraway sound quality to denote the shift. Fans of the author and narrator's other collaborations will find this one equally engaging. It's available from Rick R. Reed, 6.75 hours long unabridged. Trade Edition digital download for $19.95. Summers at the Saint by Mary Kay Andrews, read by Kathleen McInerney. Kathleen McInerney superbly narrates this perfect summer listen. Set at the iconic St. Cecilia Resort in a secluded Georgia island, the story follows Tracy, the widow of the owner's grandson, a former local charged with reviving the hotel's former glory. To do so, Tracy builds an on-site dormitory and fills it with a team of impeccable workers, including her niece. Tragedies occur both past and present, piquing the interest of Tracy and some of her staff. Can she safeguard her staff and restore the Saint to its former splendor? McInerney shines as she gives each of the many characters a defining voice and cadence. As the story intensifies, McInerney delivers all of them with sincere earnestness. It's available from Macmillan Audio, 14.5 hours unabridged. Trade Edition, digital download, ISBN 978-125-034-4762 for $32.99, also available as CD. And in Romance Preview titles, we have Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks, read by Gary Furlong and Angela Dole. Callum Flannelly needs to marry to inherit his family's mortuary business, and his widowed neighbour Lark steps in to help. It's a contemporary romance title, available unabridged from Podium Audio, Trade Edition digital download, release date August 20th. Till Heist Do Us Part by Sara Desai, read by Sunila Nankani. After their successful jewellery heist in To Have and To Heist, Simi and Jack are both back for more adventures. It's available from Penguin Audio unabridged. It's a romantic suspense title. Trade Edition digital download. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download. Release date August 20th. You Belong With Me by Mary McFarlane, read by Olivia Vinnell. Can Edie survive a media attention when Hollywood star Elliot expresses interest? It's a contemporary romance title, available unabridged from Harper Audio, Trade Edition, digital download, release date September 3rd. Somewhere Beyond the Sea, Cerulean Chronicles, Book 2, by T.J. Clune, read by Daniel Henning. Arthur Parnassus, headmaster of a remote island's magical orphanage, faces his demons with his partner Linus by his side. It's a fantasy romance title, unabridged from Macmillan Audio, Trade Edition digital download, release date September 10th. Bull Moon Rising, Royal Artifactual Guild, Book 1, by Ruby Dixon, reader to be announced. Aspeth Nori wants to repair her family's fortunes by hunting for artifacts. To join the Royal Artifactual Guild, she makes an unusual deal with a minotaur. It's a romantasy, available unabridged from Penguin Audio. Trade Edition digital download. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download. Release date October 15th. And let's finish off with some children and family listening titles. Oris and Timble, The Beginning by Kate DiCamillo, read by Mark Bramall. Narrator Mark Bramall creates a meek voice for Timble the Owl and a disgruntled voice for Oris the Rat. When Timble the Owl gets stuck in a trap, he begs Oris the Rat to help him and promises not to hurt him. Horace is unsure at first, since owls typically eat rats, but eventually he relents and frees Timble from the trap. Bramble grasps the drama of the moment while providing a pleasant tone throughout, as Horace continues to delight Timble with stories. Listeners, especially fans of Aesop's fable The Lion and the Mouse, will appreciate this twist on a classic tale, which leads to a special friendship. It's available from Listening Library, 19 minutes long, unabridged, recommended for ages 6 and up. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-1868 for $6. Library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-1875 for $22. A Maleta Full of Treasures by Natalia Sylvester, read by Natalia Sylvester. Author Natalia Sylvester narrates her story in a warm and joyful tone. Abuela travels from South America to the U.S. to visit her family. Her granddaughter Dulce is fascinated by everything Abuela has brought in her suitcase, maleta, including treats and presents. Dulce relishes her time with Abuela, and when Abuela has to go home, Dulce makes sure Abuela has treasures for her cousins, whom she's never met. Abuela leaves Dulce a surprise, giving Dulce something to look forward to. Music and sound effects add depth and joy to the listening experience. Sylvester has a sweet, loving tone that works remarkably well for both Dulce and Abuela. Listeners with families living far away will be especially moved. It's available from Dreamscape, 8 minutes long, unabridged. Recommended for ages 4 through 6. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-166-665-8026 for $6.99. Olivetti by Ali Millington, read by Christopher Gabar and Simon Vance. A charming story and 2 narrators exuding energy and warmth knock it out of the park. Simon Vance is Olivetti, a typewriter who breaks the typewriterly code of silence to spill his tapestry of tales in order to find his missing owner. Vance brings a gentle, snarky tone to Olivetti as he dismisses books as one-hit wonders and the laptop as a show-off, delivering his speech in the clickety-clack of typing. Ernest is an angsty 12-year-old who is portrayed expertly by Christopher Gabar with an appealing mix of anxiety, heart, and wry humor. Ernest prefers dictionaries and solitude, but he must trust a sentient typewriter and make a friend to find his mother. Gabar ensures that Ernest's new friend Quinn is a force of nature. It's available from Recorded Books, 4.5 hours long, unabridged, recommended for ages 10 and up. Library edition digital download, ISBN 979-889-178-2303 for $11.14. Also available as CD or MP3. The Perfect Place by Matt de la Pena, read by Dion Graham. Dion Graham's performance will delight young listeners. A boy named Lucas comes home from school with a perfect score on his robot test. At home, however, life is not perfect. His dad's truck breaks down, orange juice is spilled on the floor, his mom works long hours, and the lights get cut off. That night he dreams about a perfect place where perfect people live, but the place then turns out to be less than perfect. Graham beautifully breathes new life into De La Pena's story. His pacing works well for a tender bedtime tale. Through Graham's nimble and gentle narration, young listeners will be transported to imperfectly perfect places in their dreams. It's available from Listening Library, 8 minutes long, unabridged, recommended for ages 4 through 6. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-4616 for $5. Library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-386-4623 for $22. And that's it for me for today. Thank you for joining us for Audiophile Magazine, read by Sarah.
This is AfterSight, a community hub for audio news, entertainment, and resources.
Do you work or frequently visit a high-rise office building? It's important to know what to do in case of a fire alarm. Your safety and the safety of others depends on it. First, familiarize yourself with the building's evacuation plan. The plan should be posted in high-traffic areas for easy access. Make sure you and your coworkers practice your floor's escape plan regularly. Remember, fire exits, doorways, halls, and stairways should never be blocked. If you notice any damaged fire safety devices, report it to management immediately. If the fire alarm goes off while you're in your office, remain calm and follow these steps recommended by the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, IEMA. 1. Feel the door with the back of your hand. If it's warm, do not open it. 2. Stay in your office and seal the cracks around the door with towels, clothing, or tape. Cover vents to prevent smoke from entering. 3. Call 911 and provide your precise location to the fire department. 4. Wait near a window and signal for help by waving a piece of clothing or using a flashlight. Even if the door feels cool, exercise caution. Stay low to the ground and open the door slightly to check for smoke or fire on the other side. If it's clear, follow your office's evacuation plan. However, if you encounter smoke or fire, return to your office and follow the previously mentioned steps. Once you have successfully evacuated the building, do not re-enter for any reason until the fire department gives the all-clear signal. Remember, being prepared and knowing what to do in an emergency can save lives. Take the time to understand your building's evacuation plan and practice it regularly. Stay calm, stay safe. In the United States, the leading cause of death for children isn't what you might expect. It's not car accidents or even illnesses like COVID. It's guns. Safe storage of firearms can significantly increase your family's safety and prevent a tragedy from striking your home. What does safe storage entail? It means keeping your firearm unloaded, locked, and in a secure location separate from ammunition. Every year, nearly 350 children under the age of 18 unintentionally shoot themselves or someone else, primarily due to firearms not being safely stored. It's estimated that 54% of gun owners don't securely lock all their guns, which contributes to these preventable accidents. Just as we use smoke detectors to alert us of fires and car seats to protect our children during travel, including a gun lock in your home safety plan is essential. In Colorado, this is not just good practice, it's law. Statute CRS 1812-114 requires gun owners to store firearms in locking devices out of the reach of children or prohibited persons. We all share the responsibility of keeping our loved ones safe. To learn more about safe storage and other gun violence prevention tools, visit coloradoceasefire.org or call 303-380-6711. That is 303-380-6711. Contact them at info@coloradoceasefire.org. Together, let's use safe storage practices to make our homes and communities safer, turning the tide on this leading cause of death among children.
Did you know that income-qualifying Commerce City residents can apply for the Minor Home Repair Program? The Minor Home Repair Program provides health, safety, accessibility, and energy-efficient improvements to single-family, owner-occupied homes within Commerce City. For more information or to apply, call the City of Commerce at 303-289-8168. or email csteinberg@c3gov.com.